Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Miro African TV. Welcome, my people. This is Miro African TV. If you have not yet subscribed, please try to do so. Subscribe to Miro African TV because on this channel, we give you the news undiluted as it is coming out from the air, from the river, from the underground, from the concussion, whatever you may call it. But on Miro African TV, I am here to make sure that you get the real news, the information that is going on, that need to be tackled, everything that needs to be handled. Here on Miro Africa, you will get it as soon as we receive it. Within 24 hours, Miro Africa will hit it directly so that it will reach my people. You get me? So, first of all, let me tell you people that Twitter just mentioned that people should not download their Twitter app. Twitter account, it will crash. I updated my own because my own update automatic. So now I cannot use my Twitter account. So, but I can use it on browser. But on mobile phone is a very big mess. So welcome once again, my people. Without wasting most of your time, let me just show you this one. Listen, just read that then. 8 English-speaking countries in West African region called ECOWAS rejected the eco currency. If you can recall on this platform here, maybe through Facebook or something, I was shouting, challenging the currency of eco. I asked a lot of questions. I tried to tell people, how can France do away with $18 billion per year in all these, I think, 8 French-speaking countries in West Africa? Because I just wondered how possible it would be for French to just throw away that billion for the benefit of West Africa. What did you hand them over? So I will still come back to that story. Now, let me touch another one. My people, most of you are trying to invite white people to partner with the whites, to do some certain things with the white people, work together in Africa. And I'm the one promoting those things. It's one of the best things to do, very nice something to do. But, hold your side. You have to call on Miro African Television for me to advise you more on how to handle the affairs. On one platform, the other our brother from I think Kenya or somewhere, I watched his program where one Kenyana partnered with white people. These guys are students, and this Kenyan guy created, Chinedu one Adolfo's greetings, my brother, greetings. So let me know what's more. Let me continue because this one is Miro Africa Moza. So this guy was working in Africa. He's already an engineer. White people find him and come to their country in Kenya to partner with him to develop and establish something. And the Oyibo people still dey school, they study. Why this guy is in Africa using the name of their partnership to produce equipment. At the end of the day, the thing starts selling, marketing. Do you believe that they kick him out of that company? And a lot of people were complaining, I'm a strategic human being. I don't like to chase something behind as far as it's happened. No, be too strategic. Think how to break that bone that they want to establish. Because the next market, my people, is Africa. Africa. The next market, look, China has grown and China is collapsing. United States has grown and has one of the largest jungle in the Western world. Even Jeff Kennedy International Airport, Abuja Airport, where cows they sleep on top, better pass them now. You agree with me? Yes. US don't grow finish, don't they go down? Europe, they steady just like this, But the real market that is about to burst is Africa. Mark my word. But are we preparing, building defense, building mechanism to protect us so that we balance? Whenever a foreign power wants to push you around, you are in your place, you can maneuver and hold everything tight. Those things are things we should be developing today. So my advice, and I even put a note on that place, I said I will advise them on my own platform on what to do. This is my advice. Most of our people living in abroad may partner with those in Africa. If you want to join any joint venture, innovation, or whatever with white people in Africa, make sure that you get somebody outside Africa that will partner with you. You will use that partnership to sign the contract of the West or any YT that is coming to Africa. Because if any messed up, you will sue them in Africa and they will get sued in Europe or in the US. They must surely pay you the damages. Because if you want to battle them in Africa, they will use their embassy, they will use everything against your government, and you fail. That is Africa for you. So without wasting most of your time, my people, the main bazaar today, as I just said before, this eco money where West Africa want create. You know, I mentioned a lot of things. I said, for you to be one of the best growing economy in the world, you must develop your military. Your military industrial complex have to be up to date. Because diplomacy, development, freedom, sovereignty need bullet. Every day, your toothpick, where you go take the clean the whole food where you eat, your neighbor go to see a bullet, and you go to use different types of model of bullet to clean your teeth. You're not shooting anybody, you're not fighting. For them to see that you can use bullets to remove your buzzer for your teeth, that means you are prepared for any damn fucking shit. Do you know that France advised the country they colonized in West African countries, where ECOWAS agreed that they will form one single currency? You know, in Europe, they create euro with all alacrity, nobody, everything is functioning. And they have NATO to back their whatever they are doing if you want to mess up the bomb hell out of you. But West Africa, America, first of all, penetrated Nigerian military, destroyed the Nigerian military, demote them, and put them to shame before all this game. You know, before ECOWAS military was one of the powerful military in Africa. But the West have penetrated all these countries. Ghana, Nigeria, all that, they destroyed their backbone. And now you want to create one currency in West Africa without military backup. We don't even have any industrial complex, military industrial that is building equipment for Africa, West African military. None. Even for them to map out their resources, that these resources will be used to maintain their military that will back their development up. Nobody cares. Look at now, the new game now, we say, France advised the countries where they colonized for Africa, for them to convert their CFA, rename their CFA to ECO, where Nigeria, Ghana, and other 6 English-speaking countries want to join with French side. And I made it clear that it will never work. The agreement, you know, I told them to publish the agreement we want to get with France so that we go for ECOWAS website, read them for ourselves. We couldn't find those things. They were not publishing anything. And I made them to understand it is we living in Western world that eat, drink, dance, do everything, play lovey with YT, can tell you their body language. You have no respect for money, or you both know the value of cash more than you. And all those things where France they gain from that in French-speaking part, they can never give 1 inch out without a fight. Mark my word, without a fight. And they quote me today, you know, say France don't come West Africa, pick 2, 3 countries, go North Africa, pick 2, mix them together, go form what they call G5. You don't hear about that today. I know don't tell you. They form G5 that will create room for France to build a permanent military base in West Africa. And they were increasing their military day by day. But the indigenous people, the landlords of those areas, where are their own military? As far as you depend on Western help in terms of military, you are gone. The time when Mali, they invite France, they enter their territory to fight terror. Now children, where they play, where they do man no war, they fight for Mali. The time when France never enter Mali, Europe never enter Mali, the people that Mali refused to call Ecomog to battle, we are man no war, scouts operating in their territory. So you both don't enter now to pursue the man no war out. Oh boy, come see the real terrorist. Say that time when you both carry the flag to the land, they carry a lot of box. It is an equipment to fight the terror. Now inside that box, the terrorists they go come upload them, open everything for your street. They go to shoot. Now then carry and come. The type of terror that is in West Africa now, my people. You see, this virus where they come out from China, now baby, now small thing. West Africa will be swallowed if they never fight to counter the forces that is trying to consume them. As far as France have seen that English-speaking side of West Africa is trying to torpedo the French side to give them full-time independence, French will do everything to turn that area to a terrorist hub. Who owns the highest terrorists in Syria? It is France. 75% of terrorists fighting in Syria comes from France. I'm not joking to give you propaganda. It is their secret service equipment that they are now transferring from Syria to Mali. And beforehand now, Nigeria is battling scout people, calling them Boko Haram. The real Boko Haram will still visit Nigeria. Mark my word. Either you vote Buhari out because Buhari is part of the system to destabilize, destroy. I am telling you before God and man, Buhari is not there to do away with those terrorists, rather to maintain it and allow the West to dominate Africa. Because as far as Buhari is loyal to the Saudi kingdom, and Saudi kingdom is worshiping and using the Washington and the West as their backbone, oh boy, did you hear the Ben Salman, the Saudi Arabian king, what he said when he was interviewed about Wahhabism? They asked him, why is Saudi promoting and sponsoring Wahhabism all over the world? This guy opened the archive where the whole history lies, and he opened it and read it out. He said that it is the West, Europeans, Americans, that mount pressure on Saudi Arabia's neck nearly killed them, that they should establish Wahhabism and promote Wahhabism all over the world. And the same president of Nigeria is the best friend of Saudi Arabia, working with the Wahhabi government. And which people are killing people in Africa? The same Wahhabi ideology. If you come to herdsmen, all of them, who is herdsmen, who is terrorists, who is Boko Haram, who is Al-Qaeda, who is Al-Nusra, all of them are the product and baked, cake. They do the cake and they bake them. Who is the bakery or the bakery? It is the West that are baking the same tools. You may argue with me. You may say that I'm not telling you the truth, but I am here to give you undiluted truth. It is the West that started baking this cake during the time of Soviet Union war with Afghanistan. America went to all the whole Arab nation, told them, if you keep quiet, Soviet will destroy the religion in Afghanistan and you will be losing ground. Get all these terrorists in Pakistan. CIA will train them, arm them in Pakistan. Do you know who made me to know this, what I'm telling you now? It's Musharraf of Pakistan made this speech in London when he was accused that his country was harboring terrorists on planet, and the largest terrorists on planet. And this man made it open on air with microphone that don't forget that we all agreed that Saudi Arabia will supply us with terrorists. Pakistan will provide ground, while CIA will train them and arm them with equipment to fight the Soviet Union. Normally, after Soviet has lost that war in Saudi Arabia, it is the duty of CIA and MI6 to come back to Pakistan, pay off these terrorists, and tell them, job well done, everybody can now go. What did they do? They turned their back on Pakistan and allowed that terrorist to recruit their people and create a very big enclave between Pakistan and Afghanistan. So calling them today the largest harborers of terror, who is the mother that carried them and baked them inside their womb, it is the same West that will come back and give you a name. Look at Libya. Berlin Conference have started again. Are you not seeing it? If you can't see, can't you hear? Berlin Conference, where they sat down to divide Africa like birthday cake. You know, birthday and wedding cake. Hey, baby, I better cut my own share. Give me my own share. That is how they sit down in Berlin and shared Africa. Now, the West has come back again, trying to kill themselves again because of the weight of the Libyan people. Now they are back in Berlin to redraw and share the territory of Libya. To tell you they don't give a damn. They have a very long plan game for Africa. Unless West Africa re-establish their ECOMOG more than it was before, build their military industrial complex like Iran did, because the only language that the West do, which animal, if you go to inside forest, not lion, not tiger, there is one animal that is like dog inside forest that kills other animals. If you see how they behave, when tiger is eating his own meal, these animals will be running around. If you have watched this documentary, that is how West do. If you carry big gun, they will not run away. They will be running around you to see the loophole to penetrate you until you drop that thing and run away. That animal behaves like the West. So for West Africa to stand on their feet, because the only power that will challenge the West in Africa as a whole is the West African military. And if they cannot establish themselves, reorganize themselves, build counterintelligence departments that will do away with all this infiltration that the West are doing in West Africa, your name will become sorry tomorrow. Your name will be sorry. I have to tell you the simple truth. Either you take it or you leave it. If you go to Kenya, Kenya is supposed to be growing like Nigeria. Kenya is supposed to be waxing like any other country in the world. But they create a very bad egg within Kenya. That is Somalia. Somalia, right? Yeah. That the Kenyan people are battling terrorism that they can't even concentrate to grow. Before, it was sickness in Africa. Ebola, AIDS, HIV, this one, malaria, this one sickness or another. They are using to hold Africa. Africa have passed that level. Now it's terrorism. Destabilization, telling you how terrorists are doing this. Well, while they are, the West are the full blood vein of these terrorists. Have you seen America coming out in open air, giving sanction to any entity operating with terrorism of today? Not the one they don't control. They don't do it because they are the source of income of this terror. Period. Before the war in Syria started, do you know how many German civilians that died in Syria? They were recruited via Facebook and other social platforms. And the German Secret Service, European Secret Service, we are there watching. Somebody told them not to intervene. Not intervene. They will pass through Turkey and they will enter Syria. Even I have one of my friends, a brother, the stepdaughter, one vibrant young lady, very friendly. She went and died in Kurdistan area of Syria. Why the Kurdistan men were in this country doing nothing? A lady, young lady, moved to Kurdistan to fight for Kurdistan liberation, while the owners of the land are running to Europe and hide. That is how they recruit. As they predicted, by 2015, Nigeria will separate and divide themselves into 100. It never worked. They brought in this terrorist president to call Buhari to fulfill their dream that Jonathan was blocking. You may ask me, how can Buhari be fulfilled? Buhari is made to open the door for Alamajiri and the herdsmen to cause havoc between the indigenous people, that's the farmers of the land, because these herdsmen are not Nigerians. And when the infighting starts, then come the Western world with peacekeeping force. Before you know it, they will divide Nigeria. But for their greatest surprise, the war never breaks out. Rather, the Yorubas are building what they call self-defense. They are not running away. They are not fighting for division of Nigeria. They are not fighting to run away. Because if you run away, that problem will pursue you wherever you are going. But the Yorubas are building fence and building trenches to defend their territory, to push the force back. While the Igbos are preparing, packing their bags, running away. Where are you running to? Do you think that the problem will visit you in Biafra land? You must be joking. Biafra can wait. Let's finish the fight first of all. Let's finish the fight. Push back. That territory belongs to you. I have seen that the northern Nigeria have raised their territory. It's now close to Owerri, where they call northern Nigeria. It's now close to Owerri. Where are you running to? Can't you stand firm? Form your security service and push back. You can do away with all these politicians in Nigeria. You can do it. You can threaten their life. Because when your life is threatened, you have to threaten the life of those people. The chief security officer of the state should not even sleep in his house. Even visiting the state that he's claiming to govern will be too difficult for him. That is how it's supposed to be. You don't need to run away. Rather, make their life uncomfortable in that territory. Then they will start doing something. You don't wait for Nnamdi Kanu to come from London to come and give you your freedom in Nigeria. You don't keep on running to every platform to listen what is the latest news today. Start doing something. People die for people to live. It's normal. It's normal. Freedom, peace can never be given. Rather, you should fight to seize back what belongs to you. Do you know where the territory of the Eastern region people start from? Do you know where it starts from? But today, these guys are encroaching. And the worst problem to it is Enugu State have intermarried with the Fulanis. We can't now differentiate who is Igbo man and who is not. Because you will see in Enugu State people, they are chasing cow, fucking cow, raping cow, like the Fulanis, to tell you where the blood are coming from. How can you filter? You can't filter. You are fighting, they are telling you that they are coming to conquer you. How are they going to conquer you should be the question. How are they going to take over your land should be the question. Are you a strategic thinker? How are you planning, setting up to counter it? Not every day I'll be seeing this group. Wazirike and then Nnamdi Kanu are the heroes of the day. There are this too much of paperwork, too much of reading. At times the cause person, they balabala for cough, for head. You go there like animal. Because somebody who has never ever taken pen before to write is overrunning you while you are carrying paper. Who is the peace accord? We should do this. Fuck you! Do something. If a child never behave like animal, your father will never allow you to get married because he will tell you are not yet man enough. Yes. Until you carry the daughter of the sister, try to pregnant her, he will say, this useless animal, what born here, call my son. it's time for you to get married. You must do it. You can never, ever be a good boy and get what you want. It has never happened in any country, in any way. Rather, you will get change. And they will tap you on your back and tell you, continue like this. This word is jungle justice. Africa need to unite, need to come together. Africans today, the news I'm hearing, they are trying to arm their people, so that they can fight back the terrorism. Why then are we paying salaries to military people, putting uniform, claiming that they are well trained to battle terrorism? Guys, my brothers and sisters, we should drop this Western ideology. All this West helping us with military. You try to save small change so that others will spend for you. You don't talk to your people so that somebody else will talk on your behalf. You must be stupid. You understand? You have to do your things on your own. Fight for yourself. Fight for yourself. And you don't sit down, allow somebody to come and fight on your behalf. Yes, you have to. You have to. Africans need to come together, put their ass together, build a very strong military industrial complex to defend their territory. As China is now, I don't know, the only remaining block in China is to come and they are pumping their money into Africa to take over Africa tomorrow. The West are coming from the other side with the war and bullet, destabilizing everywhere, coming as peacemakers. The only people that can give peace to you is yourself. If you try to get something from US, it didn't work. Oh boy, don't be good boy to United States. It's for the future of your children. As I read about what Americans did, the way they penetrated Nigeria, they start blackmailing the Nigerian politicians and bring them to order to follow their way. Leave US, go to Russia, go to China, go to Iran, get what you want to defend your territory. Let them call you names. Do you think that if North Korea didn't possess even one nukes, today we'll be talking about North Korea? It's a lie. They will bomb hell out of North. Or today, if America find out that Iran didn't even possess 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 these pieces of that thing, the story could have been a different thing. Yes. I have to tell you, you must equip yourself to be able to develop. If you want the economy to grow, even though if America give Africa sanction, turn your back on the West and develop a market inside Africa. The market that will be developed inside Africa would force these guys to join you to gain. You have to invest. Not Nigerians going to outside countries, calling them to come and invest in economy that Nigerians themselves are running away from. Who will invest there? Nobody. So what I'm telling you is unity, working together as one will help Africa to grow. France, I said it, the last video I made, I said it that ECOWAS, ECOMOG, or whatever they call themselves, that are trying to build their own eco currency. West Africa want to have their own currency. French will never give away that their benefit. Do you know that French said that all these 8 French-speaking countries in West Africa, are there 8? I think so. French signed agreement with them after Second World War. Every resources that they find in those countries belong to France. Either only France said that they are not longer interested in those things. Then every business, every blocking stone that China is building or putting inside French-speaking part of Africa, they negotiate everything in France. Those things have never been negotiated in Africa. Have you asked yourself what happened to Cote d'Ivoire president, Gbagbo, or whatever they call him, Gbagbo. The man, everybody think that he's a terrorist or he's whatever, was fighting for his country to be selling their cocoa, that cocoa seed, in international market. Only cocoa. To sell their cocoa seed by themselves in international market. Keep that man. Put that man into this thing you see, a word court, judge him and they jail him. They judge him and jail him for what? Allegation that has no ground. He's inside jail because he wants to sell his cocoa. And the same France is in Niger mining uranium concentrate at the price of 60 cents per kilo. While in international market, go and research it on your own. You have internet. Uranium concentrate, a kilo is 300 euro. But they are buying it from Niger, 60 cents. Tomorrow, you will tell me how French will dump those things for West Africa to control. Are you out of your mind? Are you joking? You may tell it to a baby, not we not France without the blood of Africans. France are vampire, they will die off. Without the resources of Africa, French will die off, my people. So what I'm telling you is that we need to do something and tell our politicians, look at how it is. At that day, as I was talking, a lot of people were attacking me. I am an enemy of progress. I don't want West Africa to grow. Now, West Africa sees the 6 West African speaking countries have rejected. You know, they have rejected the French eco. They call it French eco idea to dilute the eco that West Africa want to produce. That means there will be 2 eco in West Africa. The French eco and the ECOWAS eco. That is what French want to do. You know that all the whole French-speaking countries, their central bank is in Paris, in France. And the governor general of the central bank is a Frenchman, being controlled under the Minister of Finance of French. Yes, that is, they want to tap into West African economy by force. You know, Africa keeps on rushing into decision and signing off everything. Western world will be negotiating something for 10, 15, 20 years. Why are you rushing? Negotiate it like them. Battle it the way they battle. If they don't want to block everything that they will gain. Nigeria itself should block their border, that nothing from West Africa should penetrate Nigeria. Nothing. Block that border, seal it, even shoot aside order. Anybody who wants to shoot aside order. Because if they don't want to be useful on their own, they shouldn't be benefiting from Nigerian economy. Block it. Block from Niger to Ghana. Block the entire borders. That one I accepted for closure of that border. Because these guys are reaping half of Nigerian economy to benefit themselves. And the French is building their military, large military, in the name of fighting terrorism in Africa. They are coming in with terror. Look at today. What they call it? Turkey. Turkey is now exporting their terror. They call it before their name in Syria was Free Syrian Army. Did you hear me? It's not terror. It's not Al-Nusra. It's not Al-Qaeda. It's not Bin Laden. It's not Boko Haram. They call them Free Syrian Army. You do hear that news, that the Russians are bombing the Free Syrian Army. All of a sudden now, the Syrian and the Russians are winning the war. And the Turkish people don't want those terror people to come into their country. They have started exporting them to Libya. Tomorrow they will become Free Libyan Army. And if they finish the duty in Libya, America will now blow their whistle as the referee. You, Mali, you, Nigeria, you, Niger. Operation Consume. Yes. Africans, are they working to defend themselves? This meeting, Berlin conference they are holding now for the peace of Libya inside Africa. Did you see any African leader there? Did they invite you? They are now sitting down to share the portion of Libya. Why are they doing that conference? Because they love Libya so much. As the Sarkozy on that day and the Clinton, if you can recall the speech of Clinton, we come, we saw, he dies. The other man, the motherfucker that want to kick us out of their oil. We come, we saw, he died. That was Clinton's speech. And Sarkozy own, Vivre Libye, Vivre Benghazi, Vivre Odunegi. All of them are included. If you don't understand Igbo, that is all. That is the French. And the Prime Minister of England, we stand with the Libyan people. We stand with Benghazi. We stand with freedom of speech. England will start with you. England will be here to democracy and democratic of a democrat. And everything rhymed. Look at Libya. Look at Libya. Look at democracy. Look at all of them. Mocking themselves, fucking up. And now they are trying to kill themselves the way they wanted to kill themselves in Africa before. The first Berlin conference was called to bake Africa's cake, and everybody comes in with plate, fork, and knife, and we are sharing Africa, cutting it, and we are calling ourselves an independent nation in Africa today. Have we do away, or have we, African, come together, call Western world, and call in on Berlin conference again to dump that another document that they will sign and agree that they have hands off Africa? We don't have blockers because most of our leaders have been chosen. Like Buhari was the product of Obama and Clinton. Obama and Clinton is under the Pentagon of the United States. Organ the same people, they are still together working to conquer and dominate Africa. And what are we doing as an African people? All of us are running, hey, leave these Nigerian people. And Nigerian people, hey, they are very cunning, smart people. They do 419. Leave this Nigerian people, leave this. That's so you got a point hand. These people, that one. South Africa will carry a knife to kill all the Nigerian people. Ghana will carry their bulldozer to bulldozer the business of the Nigerian people. All of them. But you want to create African free market, isn't it so? Visa at the arrival, isn't it so? So that they will stamp you to death. You enter their country, they will cut all their organs and sell it in the market. Block the border and never allow that thing to work until we come into agreement. And that agreement, as we agree on free market, we must agree on one strong force of Africa with powerful Silicon Valley that will be researching for equipment, bomb and everything, even though Nigeria should be the first country that will possess a nuclear bomb to liberate Africa. Without it, we are going nowhere. We are going nowhere, my people. For Africa to be free, inside Nigeria, that time where Biafra, they do boom, 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 boom. One River State man come and say, oh boy, come. Oh. Say I come from Rivers. And say we dey battle with Nigeria and we dey negotiate well with Nigeria and they work. Oh. But the secret, the fancy will make that negotiation the work, my brother. You go create two teams. One team na negotiating group, the other one na boza group. If Nigeria want do like this, boza group go boza. Nigeria will come back to negotiating table. That is how they negotiate with the Western world. Western world never negotiate with you. If America they talk to you, they will talk to you, say, if you don't do this, you know what? You have to sign this agreement, and if you don't sign it, I will bomb hell out of you. Democracy bombing, we bring democracy to you. And if you try to call Russia, I will nuke you. I will nuke hell out of you, and Russia will do nothing. If Russia does anything, I will balance things with Russia, and they are gone. The only person that will give freedom to yourself is you. You, Africa. You are the only one that can help yourself. You know, either you take it or you leave it. Look at this Kenya boy that started innovation and industrial whatever set up, and he was kicked out. He's an African, and your people will still protect the oppressors. You know, how will I put it, my people? If you come into issues in Africa, Zimbabwe people are suffering because their president, the past president, tried to stand up against the West. They sanctioned him to Stone Age. What are we doing as African brothers to help Zimbabwe? Maybe if at all Nigeria go back to help Zimbabwe, if they gain their freedom, they will carry a knife and start killing Nigeria. Maybe that's why Nigeria is turning their back on these people. It is possible. So what we should do is to work together. And another thing we should withstand and push back is this lesbianism and homosexualism. Now, these children film, these cartoon films, they are now gradually, with soft power, injecting lesbianism and homosexualism into it. You rejected homosexual and lesbianism in open air. Now they want to recruit your children from your back because you're not paying attention. They are watching those things. It will be running in their brain. Tomorrow they try their classmate. It will start expanding. So make sure that you block those areas. Almost 89 soldiers were killed in Niger military base. The same news that I have I have done about Mali, I will advise advise Niger. America and Western world building military base in your territory is making you the harbor of terrorism. Take it or you leave it. Before, it wasn't like this. But as far as you are eating with them, telling them to be your security, whatever, they will destroy you. You know, you have to fight, develop your own system to battle. If you come to Cameroon, the Cameroon people, the English side, are not even feeling anything like special status as they proclaim. As far as France is concerned, nothing agreed will ever work in that country until the English-speaking part of Cameroon should carry bigger gun that is bigger than, well, what should I say bigger gun? Because the people that transport the gun are the ones sponsoring the terror. If they give you bigger gun, you can be able to fight back the terrorism. So, my people, all I have to add to you people is this. Let Africa take care of their problem by themselves. Build industries that will start mining your resources, but I know they will destroy it. They will, how this thing I'm saying, I know it will not work, it can never work, you know. So let me come back to what this our brother said. He said, the first message says, a man says, Russia also bad. Sammy, Russia, they bad. How? If I may ask you, because Russians are not getting from Nigeria or from Africa. If you say that they are bad, I'm not seeing anything bad in them for now. But I know that Russians hate blacks. Even the Russian propaganda media are the ones promoting, not the West that opened the door for migrants to come in. The Russians are now using different media platforms. What they are showing in their media is all the whole children in Western world are now blacks. That in the next so year, that the whole Western world will turn to blacks. That is what the Russians are doing. I know they are powerful racists in the terms of black and white. And if you go to this channel they call RT, Russian Today platform, there is one program that goes on there. They call it Crosstalk by Stephen somebody. This I don't know what his name is. The man, the host of that Crosstalk. Whenever he's making any program pertaining migrants, if you see the way he reacts when it comes to Africa, even though there was one program they made, all media platforms all over the world meet somewhere. Whenever a black person try to air his own view, go and check that man. He will respond in a very arrogant, dirty, nasty method. And I have write it down with that number on his platform. I don't watch him again because that guy, crosstalk host, if you go to Russian program, you will see crosstalk. The man hosting that crosstalk is one of the largest hatred, and he's living in Russia. And that same Russia is, I know that their citizens, most of them are killing blacks. But which people are not killing blacks? Nobody will accept us. Only we, even we have not even accepted each other. We are Ghanaians appointed to Nigeria, Nigerians appointed to Ghanaians, all these appointed, he is appointed. The only person that is good among all of us is Jesus Christ that came from the West. That place is where we'll find unity. Oh Lord, all the whole blacks, they will go under that status. And the man that designed that status or that modeled that thing is living in one village. And everybody will go under it and say, Jesus Christi, please give us freedom. And he will receive bullet. Terrorism. Yes. So what is again? Africa can problem lies in there. Yeah, I understand you. So Africa problem lies on the okay, yeah. I understand what you just said. Yes, my brother. But how can we solve these problems? Should be another thing. We should be strategic to find a way to, because we have been battling with these people for a very long time. By this time of the day, if we have good leaders, we could have found a way. Look at Asia. Asia is becoming one of the largest market on planet because they are working together. Upon that, America is forcing themselves into Asia to divide them so that they can control, because you know that Western method has been divide and conquer right from time. It's divide and conquer. And we can put stop to it when we start thinking differently and start working in another manner. So, Emma, I like your view. Sammy, would you like to join the program? If you would like to join, if anybody would like to join, let me know. I will give you the links to join the program and air your own view. So, on the other side, African people, as I'm waiting for anybody who would like to join, African people should start building more industries than churches. Yes. Build more schools than churches. Because what are we going to benefit from the church that we are building in every inch and corner, every 500 meters is a church? What do you think that church will give us by tomorrow? Or don't you think that if you keep on building that church, our life will be more worse than it is today? But if we start building small-scale industries or building more schools and supporting those schools with those money we are using to build in the church, will help us tomorrow. God gave you brain. First of all, God keep you alive. God created you, keep you alive, give you brain. Your eyes is working, your ears working, everything, organ in your body is working. And the better part of it is your brain is ticking like clock every blessed day. And you will see problems that need solution. You will go and fold your arms and be praying that God time is the best, that God will come down from heaven and do it for you. Mm-hmm. Why did he create you? He could have made you stone to come down and do that thing on his own. He could have made you blind and useless so that he will see the privilege to come down and do it on his own. but giving you everything that it takes to be a human, and you still fold your arms going to church. The same pastors that are going around now kissing their church members to show them how to kiss, carrying cucumber inside their religious church for the women to practice how to suck their men, their prick. What is your mouth looking into man's prick that was made to enter into the pussy to impregnate the woman, while living where it was made for? Do you know the mistake men are doing? Women that has akoko, that had Parkinson or that whatever they call it, have never come across a prick. If you see it, that your neighbor prick is inside the mouth and the teeth is blocked, they can't even open it, talk less of rescue. Next time you will know that where the prick belongs to. But inside the church, a pastor will be moving around with cucumber for the members of the church to show him how they do it. Is it not? What is abomination again? What is abomination, if I may ask? All these things are happening in Black African churches, where a pastor will dictate to his members or her members not to dare to put on bra while coming to church. No matter how it may be, you must not put on bra. That church is I think it's owned by a Nigerian, but the church operates in Kenya. Their female members don't dare to come to church with bra. They will come without bra so that pastor will suck their breast and suck away the devil inside them through sucking. My people, are we not mad enough that we are so useless that we can't even give a dirty slap to that rubbish 419er that called himself a man of God? That will ask his members not to put on. Maybe someday they will start the one that they shouldn't put on pint, that he will be using his prick to deliver them by pouring the special anointing inside their body. But you will still see the foolish animals. Women will still go naked without putting their bra and be running to that church. And they will tell you that place is where Mrs. This went and get his deliverance. Then all of them will be fighting for pastor to suck their breast. Or should I call the other ones that pastor will use his water or cola, wash his head, and people will be drinking it? For what? For what? Is religion not making us foolish? Is religion not taking us to another level? Where pastor we went and sleep with other people's wife, calling him himself or herself whatever. Thank you. God bless you. You know, Africans should, first of all, do away with all these foreign ideologies. You will see our ladies, all of them in Nigeria, all part of Africans, are now practicing lesbianism. Do you know what is lesbianism? The owner of Microsoft, Bill Gates, have been pushing the West on how to depopulate the world. And where do they want to start? Africa. Because they will tell you that they themselves will have 2, 3, maximum 3 kids. But Africans will have 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 15. Some of the families. Yes. And they are now bringing in these useless beliefs. You know, these useless beliefs to destroy the remaining thing that we have. They will tell you that the gods of our forefathers are evil. But if they are evil, how come that our great-grandfathers survived, that even we live today to give the testimony? But their own religion, even though the Vatican are trying to tell you now that homosexualism is no longer a crime, Are we not lost? The same people that brought in religion, that tell us how sword and soil and how woman look back and turn to soil, how Sodom and Gomorrah was doing. What happened in that Sodom and Gomorrah? Is it not this sin against humanity? Where women, even I saw some men are sleeping with their dogs in this Western world. Human beings are now behaving. In Asia, chimpanzees gave birth to something like a human being, and they test the blood, it match with the blood of the caretaker. Crime is happening. Things are getting out of hand. In Russia, they have kicked out Brigade fundraising and whatever, because they are injecting, even in India, they are injecting people this thing, what vaccines that are killing the genetic whatever in people's body. They can't even born children, and some of them are dying. You know, we are so-called religion. Religion is something else. If you go to Nigeria, a woman that nobody see you to get married to you, nobody want to marry you, nobody see the beauty in you. A man walks around and look at you and say, wow, are you not so beautiful? I would like you to be the mother of my kids. He get married to you. You will no longer prepare food for your husband to eat better food. You will never call your man daddy. You won't call him honey, darling. But those names are reserved for your pastor. You will cook the best food and take it to your man of God. Your husband will come back from work and there is no food at home. And you claim that you know God. Which God? Which God? The real God that brought you to this planet is your mother and sister. Any other thing is fiction. What did your mother and your father teach to you? Did they teach you to sleep with animals? Did they teach you to sleep around like a dog? Where they will do DNA in Africa. Family of 5, only 2 belongs to the husband. The remaining belongs to every pastor and man of God. The remaining children are being granted by men of God. These church rat people hanging around. It's not funny. Even though in Nigeria, a reverend father is doing baptism to a child. Most of you have seen that video in Facebook. And the idiot man was carrying the baby like animal. He's carrying the photocopy of the reverend father. What did I say? Photocopy of the reverend father. The people that came for the baptism were marveled. Can't he see? Even though he see, what will he said? Do you want the woman to kill him at home? Our women are now the largest harlot on planet that no one man can satisfy. Only because of what? What? All this grabbing. I want this. I want iPhone 15 from a BlackBerry. Now it's iPhone. It's Samsung. It's whatever. All these things for what? Do you know this phone that I'm keeping here is killing me gradually? I have to tell you the truth. The radiation that is coming out of this phone is harming my organ. Take it or you leave it. All this tech is sending signal that we are not seeing. This signal is interfering with my organs. Yes. But because of it, a lot of things is happening in Africa. You will go to a woman's phone, you will see Mugu 1, Mugu 2, Mugu 3, Mugu 4, Mugu 5. And tomorrow you will start crying. You have HIV. How many of those men do you know because of little change? I am sick and tired. From churches, all sorts of signs and wonders and whatever they call themselves. Africa has the largest church on planet. Look at Africa. Go to the map. Go to Google. Google Africa. Just search Africa in real time. It's like desert. Desert. Ask yourself, which God are you calling? They made us to understand that Jesus Christ came from Middle East. Yes. Today, the Jesus we know is now blonde with blue eyes. It's no longer from Middle East. It's now white man. Go and search for Jesus Christ film on Google. How many faces are you seeing? And all those faces are being put inside churches, and people are worshiping film actors in the name of Jesus. What are we doing? A lot of things has happened. Siphoning the poor masses, playing you while you, thieving your money, manipulating whatever you are doing. The West will tell you how they are the best. I was talking with one man today on how to run on a project, film acting. It will involve African film actors and Western film actors. We want to run it on our own, just to show our people West is not heaven. Europe is not near heaven. Europe is like Africa. Only that those that are governing the Europeans have a little sympathy on their masses to take care of things. But the ones ruling Africa are the object of the colonial masters, taking care of the properties of the West. That is the difference between the two. A brother came here recently from Africa. He passed through Libya. Do you know what he asked me? He said, where is Europe? I said, you are in Europe. You are inside Europe, inside Germany. He said, but I need to hit and go. I said, do you want to hit the trailer driving or this car that is moving? Or you want to jump from upstairs to hit the ground? Which hit do you mean? He asked me, where am I going to start? Go on air and ask your people that are on the way coming to Europe. We worked day and night to earn a living. The type of works that we can't even do in Africa is what we are doing here. I have been living here since 2002, 3rd of December. Look at me today. Yes, I have worked and worked to earn German citizenship. I worked hell, through hell, to touch that citizen. Ask me, how many of my parts remain? That should be the question. How many of my parts in organ are intact as it's supposed to be? They have drained everything for you to touch that their citizenship. And a lot are dying in ocean, in Atlantic Ocean, only to touch their leg in Europe. You will sell your properties, carry raw cash, give it to people, only to come and face the hell in this country. If you come to Europe, you will seek asylum. They will start threatening you to deport you back to where you came from. You will be crying day by day. You won't have peace of mind as a human being. Every step that pass around your area, inside your room, you will be hearing it. You will not know that the organ in your body is so active to sense all those things going around you. You will go to foreign office, they will treat you like shit. You will be running after big, fat, old women just to get your resident. Women that their children, if they tell you hello in Africa, you will give them a dirty slap. You will run after their grandmother in this West. They put that resident inside the pussy of those old cargos. You must pass through that pussy. And that pussy will use you like rag. How many years will it take you to get your permanent resident. It will take you 3 years. Under that 3 years, if you will get it, is another issue. Because 3 years will be like 30 years. You will pass through hell. The woman, you will be working, or some of our people are working while the women are sitting in McDonald's. Do you know what is McDonald's? It's like KFC, or how will I put it? What they call Mr. Biggs in Africa. You know, the woman will be sitting in Mr. Biggs, squashing the money you are making. And if you want to make noise before you will come tomorrow, he will throw away all the whole properties in the house and order for a new one under credit. And who will pay for it? It's on your head, oh boy. Europe is full of milk and honey. Come and enjoy. Now it's winter. A lot of our people are inside train, sleeping inside train. They can't sleep at home. Oh, should I talk about food? Most of our men can't even cook African food in their own house. Either you eat what she cooked, or you go back out and eat bread. Take one, because your own food is smelling. You shouldn't cook that food in that house. Most of our brothers are cooking their own food in their neighbors and friends' place. They will now tie it in and bring it home. If the woman is not around, they can swallow. What should I say? You know, rushing to Europe, most of the people came here and God bless them, but not all. Not all, my people. Sickness. Should I talk about sickness? A lot of our brothers have died in this country. Why there are people not knowing that their brothers and sisters is gone and gone forever? Or should I talk, if you want to play that fast rule, every foreigner living in Germany or in Germany has his own criminal police. Private one, personally owned, your own. You'll be monitoring every step you take, every step you take, every eye you look. And if you take the wrong step, you will land in the prison. After 5 years, deportation. 3 years, you will be under probation. They will be watching you. If you take a wrong step, all those suffering will just be in vain. Which way Nigeria? Woo! Which way Africa? Which way to go? I am going to Europe. They said there is God. In Europe, there is everything. My brother, you will land here and everywhere is dry like snow. Our body is not conducive with the snow. As an African, you will be feeling the cold. All your joints will be paining you. It's not an easy something. You may look at me. Yes, with my age, I'm not looking old. Yeah. Do you know why? If you're hungry, there is enough food. If you want to eat egg is there, chicken is there, wine is there. That is the only difference. When I was in Africa, I may dream to eat something. In 1 year, maybe I will not come closer. But here, yes, it's there. But after everything, what are you eating? In Africa, you are eating raw, natural food. Here, we are eating preserved, full chemical food. Do you know that egg, they expire? Egg, go there inside fridge, you go open them, no egg inside, no liquid. It's empty. It has evaporated. To where? Do you know that the West are manipulating animal to give eggs more than it's supposed to be? And the children that are eating that egg, girls will be at the age of 7, 8, and they'll be growing large breasts. That is technology, my people. Yeah. A child of 9, 7 years is in his or her period. Yes. That is the West for you. In Africa, it's not enough, but that little one, They call it superfood in Europe. We never value what we have. I visited Africa and I saw one African company producing juice, and people were dropping that juice and rushing to the one I came in with. Foreign one, it gives blood. That's what they say, it gives blood. And I gave them the one from the West, and I took the one from Africa. They say, you will pour Joe. I said, yes, let me drink the one from Africa. And the content of the one from Africa, everything is 100%. The taste is original. Here in Western countries, you will pick up mango, one mango fruit. You will smell mango like this. It smells like pepper. It never smell like mango. Inside supermarket, every fruit you are looking for is there, but it never smell like those fruits. Pineapple, that if you pluck pineapple in Africa, your neighbors will be knowing that there is pineapple somewhere. But you will come inside supermarket. One day I will go and do live video inside supermarket where those things are. You will smell it. You won't even. The odor you'll be getting is like scent they sprayed that it smell like those things, but it's not original. They will tell you this one is original. Nothing is original. You will see a child of 12 is looking like a matured woman in Africa. So, is it good to relocate to Europe? That question left for you to answer. For me, no. Try to relocate to other African countries. Establish yourself. West may be portraying whatever, but my brother, did you know the test as they talk about? Take a more you live. Everything in Western world is under control. Everything is under control. The freedom you are having in Africa, you can't see it here. You can't see it. Any of our brother that came in with their child to Africa, you will see those children they will turn themselves inside that dust. Every evening they will be looking like red, dirty, food dirty, and they're enjoying those dirty because you don't find it here. That is natural. That is natural. Leave those religion you are running up and down. Just to what are you praying? To whom? Have you prayed from January to December? December, you sat down and calculate all the whole thing you requested from that same God. You went to that church, whatever, and plus and minus, and tell me how many have come to pass. You must wake up, wear your working clothes, enter working force. As you are working, you will be earning from your suffering. You will not go and kneel down in the church and expect money to land on top of your bed, well dressed and everything. If you come, you will start eating it. It never happens that way. Here in Europe, you must work until your waist break. You will work until your waist will break. That is normal. When you hear about cheap labor, they are looking for skilled workers, this one, they want you to come and increase their own. While in Africa, millions of youths under 17 to 23 fool all the part of that continent. Do your leaders know you are useful? Your usefulness? No. Even though for a government to open one big farm, buy tractors, employ people, farm in that place, only food, farm. Tomorrow you will be like Western world. You will have more than enough. You will have more than enough. You go to China, you buy machines to process those food. You process pounded yam, you process a lot of yam meal, you produce a lot of things, corn meal, everything. You can do it. Do you have the will? We have to work hard to be able to be like these people. They are working hard, they are not sleeping. German, nobody they do 8 hours job. 12, 13, 14 hours. Should I talk about England? If you go to England, you will see people. You go enter house like this, my studio now. About 7 people will be sleeping here in England. Inside one room. Just to save costs. Yes. And you can't come and meet them in the house. He's coming from the first job. He may come, bath, wear another cloth, and enter another one. 247, they're on the way walking. If somebody is walking that way in Africa, why can't our economy grow? In Africa, you will see youth in every joint. They are looking woman yash, put beer, they chop, money where they not earn. They don't want to work. They don't want to hustle. I'm not blaming you people use, but the government of those countries in Africa, they don't know what to do. Moving billions of dollars out of the country. Use that billion as Atiku did. Atiku in Nigeria, former vice president. Atiku steal money in Africa. Yes, we know that one quite well. But he invested that money in Africa too. Create job. But our other leaders will steal that money and they will bank it like Abacha banked their own in Germany. I was here when the Abacha's son wanted to run for governorship in his state. He came to Düsseldorf, near my city here, went to Sparkasse to go and withdraw one part of the money that the dad banked that place. He just mentioned the amount. Under 2 minutes, police landed there and they handcuffed him out of that bank. But when you are bringing in that money, no handcuff there handle, no condition was attached. But to come and withdraw 1 cent out of it, you will now see a bunch of papers that will land in your front. You need to fill. And after filling it, you may go back. They will now revoke it and look into it and do everything and decide if you can be able to withdraw 1 cent out of it. But when you went to come to Europe, buy enough tractors, I said tractors. Those empty lands in Africa, my brother, start farming. Start farming. You will see that your people will look at Venezuela. Do you know why Venezuela is suffering? They allow the Western product to fill in their supermarket, forgetting that if you fail to do what the West are doing, they will give you sanction and withdraw those foods from your shelves, and everybody will go hungry. Yes. But if we start working, look at Russia. Before Russia has nothing. Russia was importing. All of a sudden, the West give them, do you know what they call Ottoman slap? They gave them Ottoman slap, they call sanction. Putin was forced to rebuild all their farming industry. Today, Russia is one of the food basket of the world today. From when did Obama give them that sanction? I think 2014 or whatever, till 2020. Russia have started feeding the world. How many years? They are now feeding the world, exporting grain and other types of food. And their food is not genetic modified food, not GMO. Russians are producing natural food. That's why their own is too expensive to buy. But in Africa, I went to my village, in my own community. Who is farming? Everybody stand in, in every village, they do come out in a mission. They'll be standing. Every youth is standing in a mission, looking at Malaysian boys that are coming in. Their farm is now level land. Nobody know the barrier of from my own and your own again. Everything is level land because it's decades nobody have went there to farm. They will be calling you, send us money for food. They will go inside market to buy pepper, to buy leaves, to buy everything they can sow on their own. maybe they should go and buy meat and fish. Those things they're supposed to go inside farm and bring out, even the cocoa yam. The time that I'm still small, we do produce gari. We will go into farm, take cassava out, peel it, grind it, dry it, and everything, and produce our gari. But today, everybody is important, buying gari from market. Nobody, my brother, I'm too busy, you know. I'm too busy. Busy doing what? Nothing. Busy playing typical, busy watching football, busy chasing women, but not busy building your defense. Are we not lost? My brother, no. My brother, I need to go to Mountain Everest. If you cross Enugu, at the back of Enugu, there is one mountain there. They say one man of God that is there. They say this man they see from heaven to heaven. Now there they go now. If I go there, my brother, if my leg touch my leg, now 3 months I don't come back. Yes. And one of my mates with the village, he went to that Mount Everest, so he prayed, and the sister brought him to Europe. I will not mention the area. This boy come to Europe with cool, cool. Put hand inside pocket and they look, oh boy, waiting. I'm in Europe, my man. And they say, oh boy, go start work. Oh. Say, what? Yeah, you need to start work. Me, what? Yeah, you need to start. He worked till the end of the month and earned his salary and used the money and bought the returning ticket back to Nigeria. Because they are not ready to work. But if you suffer and visit there, they will give you name. That is our people. So my people, let me not waste most of your time. I have said it all. For Africa to see the daylight, no, to challenge the West, all they need is to build industry, to start producing their own military. I said, Ochiaga military of their own. And don't forget that before Belu Alosan, far back, every community have their warriors that defend the territory and that can also take the war to the enemy. To tell you, for you to go in and sleep in peace, you must have warriors watching over the air. Thank you. Remain blessed. Bye-bye for now. And don't forget to subscribe to Mirror African TV. If you have not yet subscribed, and Mirror African TV, I am looking for those that can still use this platform to stream. Because this, what I'm using now, I can give the key to anybody. You can stream from any angle where you are. Be part of Mirror Africa. Let us form a large group, stronger voice that will be projecting and telling these our politicians to do something. We can do it. Don't be afraid of camera. If you don't talk to your people, whom do you think that should be talking to your people? NGOs? That means if you come back next time, they have built mortuary in your place. So that's all I have for you, my people. Thank you. God bless you. Africa should unite and start working as one body. We are nothing. We are not enemy. We are one brother. And for us to see ourselves as brothers, we must drop this Western ideology. Just plot them, come on, bim, throw them away. Then you will now see your brothers. As far as you are worshiping that worshippers, then your life is in danger. I think they said before, the God fight war with devil. Did I hear? They said devil where did this country that convinced me and you. We fight war with Jesus. With what? Stone and then stick. It means Jesus get military industry there when they build to defend the heaven. While the devil, they use pastors, they build military to pregnant some married women. Enough words to a wise. But another thing we say, I don't know what to say, but for those in Facebook, I am seeing that people are And not a lot of people are sending friend requests. But what I'm seeing there is okay, okay. I'm not seeing any. I'm okay. My people, I'm joking. God bless you. Bye bye for now. Maybe I will open a church now. Then I will start delivering by. If I start delivering, then I will get enough subscribing. So thank you, my people. Remain blessed. Bye bye for now.